Welcome to Merkaba Technology. This channel is to show you the many ways you can create in Notion for your business, whether it's for operations or even a product that you want to sell. In showing you the variety of ways to build in Notion, I will also be giving some business gems, like how to better perform in your operations or for your clients. And if you are struggling with products or deliverables, I can show you unique ways to productize yourself in Notion. I'm an entrepreneur, Notion developer, CEO, and COO in other people's businesses. So I don't just want to show you all my cool developments. I mean, as much as it would be cool just to show my builds, I also care about the businesses. This is why I'm a COO in other businesses. I want to be able to help you streamline and better your operations or better your products and find really cool, unique ways to do it. And that's why I'm merging both concepts together. Showing you my cool builds while also trying to give you cool tips and tricks to better your business. So I hope you see that in this video. Let's talk about what the topic for today is going to be. In this video, we will be going over client management and client experience in Notion. This is one of the many ways you can take your business operations into Notion. Here at Merkaba, we've built a system called Client XP. The XP is really just short for Experience Portal. So today, we are going to just go over how you can better your experience. Now, some of this knowledge you could take across the board, no matter what type of client management tool that you are using, whether it's Asana or any of these other types of tools. But sometimes it really is exclusive to Notion. And this is why I use Notion, is because of some of the exclusivities. And you will be able to see that if you are using these other tools. But not just bettering your client management, but also bettering your client's experience. Again, one of the main points of bettering it is because if you feel organized, if you feel ready, and you are managing your clients better, naturally it's going to roll over and spill over into your client's experience with you while they're with you on this journey. So let's dive into the main things on why we are even touching the topic of client management. So here at Merkaba, when we have questions, we always want to back it up with some stats. Like, we can't just go off of what we feel is right, but we always take things to the market. So we do our market research, and we also just do natural research using our friendly friend Google to find out some of the best ways to better your experience. So I came up with 5 main things that are going to help. And some of it's just from personal market research, going out there, having clients, seeing what they need, but also some of it is with just natural research on Google. So top 5 ways that we're going to go over today is: number 1, organization. Number 2, everything in one place. Number 3, consistent schedule. Number 4, professionalism and customization. And number 5, knowing where you left off. So let's see how we can expand on each one of these ideas in Notion. And we're going to be using the client experience portal. So number 1 is organization. So the average person uses a year of their life trying to find things. One wonders how much time is wasted for business owners, right? So I'm going to show you 2 ways that I organize myself using my client management. In the CXP that we discussed earlier, there is a host dashboard. And in this host dashboard, it's my working horse. It's basically where I do all of my management, add all of my resources and tasks and notes, client sessions and stuff for my clients. So in the CXP, there is a client tracker. And in that client tracker It houses all of the tasks, resources, messages, session notes, and more, all rolled up depending on who the client is, right? And on your dashboard, you get a client Rolodex and also a client journey, so you can see what clients are active, if they're paused or off, not paused, where they are in live form. So you can see how many have all at once and what phase they're on, when they're starting and ending, right? So back to the main point. So whenever I'm looking for something in regards to a client, I can search for it in two ways. I can go to the client profile and my client tracker, or use the Notion search engine and go right to the thing I was looking for. So that is one way to have everything organized for you. As the host, what about the client, right? Well, every client has their own portal. So here is their unique client dashboard. And in their client dashboard, this is their world. This is where, during their experience with me as a client, they are going to be able to find everything that they need, whether it's messages, tags, links that I really need them to know. They can create their own sticky notes and what part of the journey that they're on with me, any activities that they need to do. But the main thing is that I wanted to show you is, say for instance, they wanted to go back to a meeting from 2 weeks ago and they just wanted to review over it to see what's going on. Like, what did we talk about? What happened in that meeting, right? So all they would do is go to this strategy mapping session that they were looking for, that's on their dashboard, clear as day, and they will see everything from it. They can see when it was, what type of meeting it was, what part of the phase, the journey that they are on, what activities and tasks are connected to it. Did they complete them? Is it a high priority? How long will it take? Their notebooks. So every client gets a notebook that rolls up all the notes for them so that they can track their own personal notes, any resources that I've sent them that they need to know. Any messages that talked about this meeting will also be in there. Okay. And then down here is the goals of what we need to accomplish in that meeting. So did we accomplish those goals? Did we check them off? Did we, then we'll go, then they're able to see the agenda. They're able to see the topics that we discussed and the recap information that we talked about. So, and then also next steps for the host and for the client, right? So that they know what I'm working on as the host and what they need to be working on. This allows complete transparency for everyone involved. And why transparency is so important is because maybe a client is saying, hey, why isn't this project getting done on time? We could go back and see why it's not getting done on time, and people can be held accountable accordingly, correct? And that is the whole point. No one's trying to get over on anyone. We just want to have complete transparency. If there is a task that they didn't complete, we can always go back and simply just remind them, hey, this is something that we are missing. Could you please go and complete that task for us? Is there anything that we could do to help unblock you from completing that task? Right? So this is one of the ways that organization for you and your client can be accomplished. And then they're not having to filter through 100 emails trying to find it. They could go right here to their message center and find whatever message that they need. And everything is kind of rolled up in that message that they will need, whether it's task or whatever the case may be. That is the unique part about Notion, is that, or even about the builds that I make, is that I connect all the trackers, all the databases that we use, so that you can be in one page and you will be able to see everything that's connected to that page. Because I am a person that has neurodivergence, I can get distracted very easily. So it's important that I'm able to see if I'm in a message and you're giving me a specific task on that message, that I'm able to see the task. I could just stay in this page and go right to that task that you built out for me, that you asked me to do, or go right to the meeting that you were referring to. And then I'm able to open up that task and I'm able to see everything that's connected. I could go to the descriptions, I can go to the action items, and I could check off those things that you asked me to do. Right? So it's all important that things are in one space. And it will help keep you organized and will help keep your client organized. So let's go to the next point, right? The next point is everything in one place. So as I just went over, everything is in one place. It is a one-stop shop for you to manage yourself as the host and also to manage the client. So for me, my host dashboard is that one-stop shop. The dashboard, I basically took all of the databases that I would be using, right? And instead of having them all separated, because we have all of these places, sometimes we manage our clients in one app, and then we have, a Calendly that tracks our calendar, and then we have our tasks in a whole nother situation, and none of them talk to one another. So to have it all in one place is the best situation. So I took all of the big databases and made a dashboard so where it could show me what I need to do for the day, and it shows me what I need to do for the week, and it shows me by client. So I could go through each one of these types of views, and I'm able to see even by offer. I could break down my task by offer. So these are the many different types of ways that everything is in one spot. So I have my task, right? I have my offers, so I can make my edits to my offers. I know when the promo is going on. I know when my launches are going on. My priority and status, that's going on with my offers. This is a bulletin board. That's a broadcast. It's like my newsletters for all of my clients, so they know what's going on in the company. And then I have my clients. So all of my clients is right here. I can see what's going on in a journey timeline, the last client that I was editing and talking about, which clients need attention. And then I have a follow-up calendar that basically shows me, it's basically when do I want to reach back out to them again. It's one of my favorite features in the client manager, because if I just make my follow-up dates, every other week, I'm going to talk to Plume next week, I could easily just bring them down to next week, drag them down, and then I could come to my follow-up calendar and I could just focus on that actual day and just be like, okay, for today, if I just reach out to Plume, I've done as much as I need to do for my client management because I've already set a reminder for myself. Right? And then of course, clients buy different types of offers. Sometimes some clients will be in my VIP, some of them will be in my group sessions, or I have one-on-one offers. And then I could have my workflow, which is something that we're also going to talk about on this page. It's different types of workflows that you can have to help manage yourself. So I could do my client management by offer. So I could say, just for today, I'm only going to work on this offer. So I could say, in my VIP group, I'm going to tackle these 4 clients. I'm going to set a timer, a 2-hour timer, and I'm knocking them out, right? Boom, I'm done with that. And then I can set it down and I could go to my next task. I could take a break, however that is, right? Another thing that I have on my dashboard is my notes and my resources. That's all on one dashboard, so I can see everything. And all of this is editable, which we will talk about in customization, which is one of the next points that's coming up, of how I could customize these dashboards to whatever is my particular workflow, which is the most important thing. This works for me. Now you may want different other types of views and stuff like that, and that's where I can also help you as a developer in Notion. I can help you make these custom dashboards so that it can be what you are looking for. But that link will be at the bottom so that you can get on a consultation with me and we can make a custom dashboard for you. So that is for the host. You have everything right here as the host. All of your resources, your tasks, offers, everything that you would need to know about your client management is here, right? So, as far as the client, as we discussed in the last point of organization, everything is in one spot because they have their own portal. So they're able to see messages, any messages that you've sent them. They're able to see any task that's due for today or needs attention or due for that week. They're able to see any main links that you want them to have. So your booking link, it's sitting right there. They don't have to go searching for it. Your product menu, if they want to buy other types of products, are sitting right there. And this is also something amazing that we've built here is referral profiles that they can share with other people that talk about who Merkaba is as me as the host. So they're able to share this profile, this referral profile of who Merkaba is to anybody by just placing their email in. And it tells them everything about what we do and what products, and they can also click and go right to our website. So these are the important links that I would want them to have while they're on this journey with me, and I want them to have easy access. So I'm going to place them right here in their journey links so that they know exactly where to find what they need. Here's a quick little sticky notes that they can have, the phases and activities that they're going to be going through with us, and also all of their meetings. If they're creating any notes or any resources that I want to send them, all of those things are right here for them, and they have easy access to all of those things. So why have it a one-stop shop? Because people get lost very easily. Again, as we said, organization is also important, but if you have things in one spot, people are going to be able to have a better experience. It's like having their own MySpace, but it's a client portal for them, and they're able to customize this. All of this is customizable, which really goes to our next point is professionalism and customization. So, as we talked about, every client has a unique portal. Well, these portals come from a template. And each one of these, and I have a directory that houses all of my templates and the all of my templates and all of my live portals of my clients and also my host dashboard. So these templates I can easily just duplicate. So I just hover over them when I get a new client. I press duplicate, it loads for me. And because it comes from a template, all I would need to do is make my quick little edits, dress it up, make my edits specifically unique for the client, and and then basically share it with the client. And then down here, it's already organized. So once it's fully ready to go, I just drag it down to its proper area where it's supposed to live. And depending on if it's a one-on-one or it's a group, I place it in its proper place, right? I just drop it down where it needs to go. Okay. So that is how I keep all of my pages organized. But the main thing that I want you to really focus on is the customization. With that customization, every client can look differently, and it won't take me long to onboard the client once I've made it the template. So one client may just need messages, tasks, and meetings, right? And then how they're going on throughout their journey. And then another client may need something more robust because I'm going to have them for a year. So they may need messages, project management, which is the phases, the activities, and the task, and then also their meetings and notes and resources right here on their dashboard, right? So that's more robust. And then maybe there's a client that has just a different type of experience and I want to put them into a different type of world because maybe there isn't any tasks. I just want them to journal, take note takings, and be prepared for my meetings. And so I'm able to create and brand things depending on what type of world I want them to be in. This particular world is branded to Issa Rae. If you don't know her, she's freaking amazing, a great CEO, a great writer, great producer and director. And this particular membership is celebrating her accomplishments. So we made this portal specifically to that. You can do this with your clients and maybe just put their own branding in there to where they feel like this is their own world. Depends on what you want for your types of clients. But the whole point is to customize this and to make it very professional where everything is in one place. It can upsell your one-on-ones in your groups naturally because you're placing them into something. You're bringing a professionalism that is worth the dollar amount of your monthly membership or of your group memberships that you may be having. And once I've created this little portal, I can easily make this a template. And every time I sell a client into this ESA membership portal, I can easily duplicate it, place their name right up here as easy as you see here. So we could say Sarah's ESA membership portal and retitle it. Just as simple as that. Okay? Because it's all based on templates. So being able to bring your clients into their own experience and making things memorable brings a personal touch, and it lets the client know that they're not just another number. And that is the main point of the professionalism and the customization. With the professionalism comes the next point that we're going to be talking about, which is a consistent schedule. You must have a consistent schedule in order to really bring all of these concepts that we're talking about. So let's go to our next point of a consistent schedule. You probably can already see that there's a project management capabilities on the host side and also on the client side that you can use. However, staying up on things and being consistent so that the project management works is the key, right? Having a good workflow is the whole entire point. You can have all these things, but if you're not in it consistently and making sure that it's managed, it's not going to work for you. So for myself, I set myself up for success. So every Sunday morning, I get ready for my week. I need reminders all the time. So the best thing about having these databases and working in Notion, so these are very specific, is no matter what tracker you are in, they have this area where templates can be created. So any type of task, any type of message you can have, or any type of resource that you want to keep reminding the person or keep sending them, you can place it on repeat. You can have it populate on its own. So that's where automations really come into play. So every Sunday I have a task that automatically pops up for me. Now I can see my weekly view. I can see tasks by offer, but today it's just whatever I'm going to do for that day. So Sunday, my task has populated the VIP group management task, right? So I'm going to come here, I'm going to open it up, and let's change how we're going to view it so we can get a better view of what we're looking at. Perfect. So now I see the due date. I see what type of task it is and how long it's going to take me. So this little timer that you see, I would naturally set that timer. I would go to a coffee shop, set my hour timer, and get going, right? Maybe an hour and a half because this may take me an hour or two. And then here is all of the information that needs to be rolled up. Now, because I'm working on this particular group, I just rolled up the group right here. And then I have descriptions that already populated, that already pre-filled in, the action items I already know that I need to do for this task that I do every single week, right? I already have that ready to go. So I just check off things. I go to that offer, that VIP group offer, and it's going to open up for me. And then from there, I'm able to see how long am I going to be in this group. I can see everything, every task that I've done for this group, every notebook and resource and folder, right? And then I just go to my clients and I check them off. Are they on or off track? What phase are they on? I update all of those things. If I want more information on Willow White, I open up Willow's White client profile. I go down to the areas of the journey notes and go to their portal. I can send them messages. I can make resources for them, any type of session notes that I need to give them. And then I'll come down here like I do all the time, and I will make a new note for that day and just say what I did for that day, right? Okay, I sent Willow a message, and I also sent them a resource about an article that I told them I will send them during the session, right? Done. Now I can go back and go to the next client. And that's really my consistent schedule. If I stay on that consistent schedule of going through my clients and making sure that they're on track, it's really hard for me to get off track. And because I have a running log of where I left off, right? Because every single week I should be doing this, that I'll never not know where I left off with this client, because there's a running log of all of my interactions that I've had with this client. So the main things that I want you to get from this is that you need to create a workflow that is manageable for you to accomplish easily. If you have a one-on-one client, you should talk to them at the top of the week and at the end of the week. The top of the week is just saying, hey client, these are the things that I have for you this week. I hope you have a great week. Please reach out to me in this message right here if anything comes up for you. Here's all the tasks that I have for you. And then at the end of the week, you wrap up with, hey, I saw that you got these things done. Is there any way that I can block you on these things that you have not completed? Right? That is a good client check-in and a high-touch check-in that you can have with your clients, while also making sure that you're managing that on your end and your back end. It's one thing managing the client. It's another making sure that the client is on track, but also making sure that you are on track. And that is why I have a host side and then I have my client side, right? Because they really are two different worlds and you have to see them separately. The consistent schedule really helps with the professionalism really come together, because you're going to keep yourself on track and be able to show a high level of consistency and communication with your client, and just knowing where you need to be and knowing where your client needs to be at all times. And that leads us to my last point, which is knowing where you left off. As I've shown you in many different types of ways, you will be able to track where you left off. Having a running log of all of your clients' interactions is just going to be useful within itself. You can save yourself from any miscommunication, as I mentioned earlier. For example, the journey notes here are your own quick jot downs of everything that has transpired between you and the client. So if the client comes back asking why a project was not complete, you can reply back showing them the task that you have sent to them, or the communication that you have reached out to them and messaged them about, or any mishaps on why something is behind. Now, as for the client, there is also phases. So a way to keep track of everything and have everything rolled up. So in each one of these phases, you can see them as like groupings or months or phases that they're going to go through throughout the journey with you. So the first phase is onboarding. The next one is training, development, integration, then the deliverable, correct? So they're able to see time frames on how long things are going to take, how much progress has been completed. Sometimes two phases are going on at the same time. Great, I can manage and see where I am. So if the client is wondering, oh, how is my training going? I can easily click in here and see throughout the trainings every single week what I'm going to be going through, if I'm in progress or not, any tasks that need to get completed, all of the meetings that I've had during this training, session recordings, so any of my resources, the description of this particular phase, and how do I know that I've reached success, right, throughout this time. So with that, as the host, you're able to know where you left off and also the client knows where they left off. All right, so we have made it through all 5 ways you can better your client experience, better your client management in general, and also in Notion. Just remember, having a great client experience and client management allows space to better your retention. Naturally, people are going to want to go into whatever other phase of offer that you have because they know that you're going to have professionalism. They know that you're going to keep track with everything. They know that you're going to communicate with them and they're able to communicate with you. There's a great organization that's going on. And there's customization and a personalized touch to your client experience. So I hope today was helpful. You took a few of the gems that I was giving and that you can also just add it to your business. If you would like this client management system, please reach out to me. In purchasing it, you will receive a free 30-minute consultation where I can answer any questions that has come up for you. There's also just natural consultations that you can have with me if you would like something customizable with any of the bills that you see on that you see. So check out the links below. Please make sure that you subscribe if you gained anything from this video, and I will see you in the next one.